tropical fish keepers. Welcome to a special Monday edition of Aqua Alex Live. Welcome to Aqua Alex's Top 10. I'm your host, tropical fish keeper, monster fish keeper, and South American tropical fish keeper, Aqua Alex Cardinale. I hope you guys had a great weekend and are looking forward to Easter this weekend. And hopefully, you get a nice Easter gift and you get to treat yourself to a couple of new fish or the aquarium supplies that you have always wanted. I know that I'm probably going to get some new fish for Easter or that aquarium supplies that I wanted. But today, I have a topic that I always wanted to talk about, and that is the 55-gallon aquarium that is sitting directly across from my 125-gallon aquarium. This 55-gallon aquarium is currently empty, but it's not always going to be empty because I have plans to use my 55-gallon aquarium. So today, I'm going to tell you guys 10 ideas that I have for my 55-gallon aquarium, and you, the fish keeping audience, are going to help me pick what I'm going to put in my 55-gallon aquarium. So all I need you to do is listen to my ideas and then comment in the comment section which idea you like best. Or you can post an idea of what you would like to see in the 55-gallon in the comments as well. So whatever gets the most comments, that's what I'll keep in my 55-gallon aquarium. You know, that's the beauty of being a fish keeper and having kept a lot of species. It's always exciting to try something new, and that's what I'm hoping to do in my 55-gallon aquarium. So this is going to be a fun video. So, what do you think I should stock my 55-gallon aquarium with? Pick from one of my choices that I mentioned on today's video, or post your own ideas in the comments below. So, having said that, let's go ahead and get started. I've got 10 stocking ideas for my 55-gallon aquarium, and I'm going to go over each one right now. So let's start. Coming in at number 10 is fancy goldfish. Now, I have always liked the fancier goldfish. I'm not a fan of the comet goldfish or the feeder goldfish. The goldfish that I like are the shabunkins, are the oranda goldfish, the ryukins, the red cap oranda goldfish. I am a fan of fancy goldfish. I love the fancy goldfish. But the problem with goldfish is that they don't have stomachs. And because they don't have stomachs, when they eat, they are constantly producing waste. And goldfish put out a lot of waste. And what that's going to do is that's going to dirty the aquarium water. So pretty much I would need a Fluval FX4 also on my 55-gallon aquarium. So I would have to spend top dollar on a great canister filter for goldfish because they do put out a lot of waste. However, I think a goldfish aquarium would be a cool aquarium for me to have. I never went all out on goldfish before. Sure, I've briefly experimented with goldfish for a couple of weeks, but I never got to experience growing out fancy goldfish, and I kind of always wanted to do that. I would have some sand substrate as a substrate, probably white or black sand, and then I would have some live or artificial plants to give the goldfish some place to hide. And then I would get a couple of red cap Oreandas and a couple of other fancy Oreandas and be happy with that. Of course, I would have to get a good canister filter, as mentioned before, but I think fancy goldfish would be something that is doable in a 55-gallon. But some of the fancier goldfish do get really big, so I have to keep that in mind as well. And one of the best things about fancier goldfish is that you don't need a heater. And I live in Florida, so there is no need for a heater for goldfish. So that's my 10th idea. My next idea is a community aquarium, and it is a South American angelfish community aquarium. Now, I have done this exact community before, and it's a great aquarium. I love angelfish, and I love fish from South America, but it's been a long time since I've had a community aquarium. You guys know that I keep monster fish and predatory fish, and I love the monsters and I love the predatory fish, but I really haven't had a community aquarium in a while. So one idea I have is turning my 55-gallon aquarium into a South American community. One of the fish that I would want in this community aquarium would be angelfish. And not just any angelfish, it would have to be wild caught scalar angelfish. I love the wild caught angelfish that come from Rio Nene in Peru. Now, Kevin from Tangled Up in Cichlids gets them, and the wet spot tropical fish gets them a lot. So I would love to get my hands on wild caught Rio Nene angelfish again. If you have never seen a wild caught Rio Nene angelfish, do yourself a favor and go research them. They are absolutely stunning. They have a silver body with black stripes, blue markings, and yellow coloration as adults. So I'm thinking in my 55-gallon, I would do a couple of those wild caught Rio Nene angelfish. And then I would get some Bolivian rams. Bolivian rams are one of my favorite dwarf cichlids. I enjoy a good quality Bolivian ram. I like them. They have a lot of personality. I'd probably do a couple of Bolivian rams, and then I would do a couple of German blue rams. Those are very beautiful as well. And then I would have some brocious catfish. Now, brocious are known as hog-nosed corridorus. They're more of a medium-sized cory cat that grows up to about 3.5 inches. I would do some panda corridorus. I would do some corridorus sturbi. And then for tetras, I would do black skirt tetras, and I would do some Serpae tetras, and I would do some Colombian tetras. That would be my ideal angelfish community. I may also throw in a group of marble or silver hatchetfish at the top. The silver hatchetfish are pretty cool, and I like that they are schooling. So that's my ninth idea. So my next two ideas are both aquatic amphibians, but I've never ever had the opportunity to keep aquatic amphibians. So up next we have aquatic turtles. Now, I've always been a big fan of aquatic turtles, especially the red ear slider turtles and the yellow belly turtles. Turtles are very interesting, unique animals, and I think having the opportunity to raise turtles would be rewarding for me. I think it would be something new, something challenging, and something that I've never done before. But the question is, can turtles survive in a 55-gallon? I would have to find a smaller species of aquatic turtle, and I would have to research it really well and learn as much as I can about turtles. But I've always dreamed about having a turtle, and it's been a childhood dream. And here I am, 28 years old, and I have yet to have or have raised a turtle. My dad had a red ear slider turtle when I was younger, but that was years ago, and that was my dad's personal turtle. But now that I have an empty tank available and I'm coming up with ideas of what to put in it, the turtle seems to be a good idea. Turtles are fun, they're interesting, they're cute, they're adorable. But one of the things that's a detractor from me getting a turtle is that they can cause illness and that they are dirty and filthy. But like the goldfish idea, if you're going to get a turtle, you might as well get the best filtration possible, and that is a canister filter. And again, the best canisters on the market are Fluval, in my opinion. So if I do go the turtle route, I definitely will pick up a canister filter. All right. My next idea is another aquatic amphibian, and it's one that my best friend, my good friend Matt Thibodeau from Springfield, Massachusetts, specializes in. Check out his YouTube channel, by the way. His YouTube channel is Matt Thibodeau, Thibodeau. He's got amazing animal videos on YouTube, and I think you're going to appreciate his YouTube channel. So go check out and subscribe to my buddy Matt Thibodeau on YouTube. So my next idea for the 55-gallon aquarium is axolotls. Axolotls are interesting creatures. I think they're very adorable. They're very cute. They're very personable. And I think they would be an awesome addition to my 55-gallon aquarium. They are one of the only animals that I like the albino version of. I think albino axolotls are very, very cute and very, very interesting looking. I think having the opportunity to raise axolotls would be very rewarding, but also very challenging in the fact that I have never, ever kept or raised axolotls before. But I welcome the challenge because I always like challenging myself, and I always like learning about new species and learning about new things on how to keep those species. And I think my friend Matt would help me very much in keeping and raising axolotls. So the door's open for axolotls. They seem to be the biggest rage in the aquarium hobby today. Everybody is keeping axolotls, so maybe Aqua Alex will join the axolotl community. I would get an albino one and maybe a regular one or two albino axolotls, but I'm definitely going to be doing my research on axolotls, and I think I could handle them. I would do a bare bottom aquarium or a soft sand substrate, some driftwood for them to hang out in. And I think it would be an awesome exhibit and an awesome aquarium. Now, my job, I'm a cashier at the Palm Beach Zoo in West Palm Beach. I'm a cashier at the gift store, but we have an axolotl display at the Palm Beach Zoo, and there's a lot of axolotls in there. And I saw the axolotl display, and seeing the axolotls at the Palm Beach Zoo where I work now, I've kind of taken a liking to them. I've kind of got a lot of respect for them, and I got interest in axolotls. So there's always the chance that I will keep axolotls in my 55-gallon aquarium. All right, so now we're going to head back to fish for my final ideas. Now, I know that I said that I would never keep this particular group of fish, but I had somebody recently change my mind. he showed me some of the coloration of this group of fish that he has, and my mind was blowing. The next idea I have for my 55-gallon aquarium is that of African cichlids. Now, African cichlids, they are what they are. They are colorful, they are beautiful, but they are aggressive. And one way you can combat the aggressive nature of African cichlids is to have plenty of them in an aquarium with lots of rock work. So I'd have to like make this like a saltwater tank and have a lot of rock work and places for the African cichlids to hide out in and settle territory disputes. But some of the African cichlids are absolutely gorgeous, especially the blue dolphins, the Lake Malawi cichlids. If I was to keep African cichlids, it would be any of the Lake Malawis, especially the blue dolphins. And I know there's a whole bunch of Africans out there, and even some of the hybrids are beautiful. Some of the man-made African cichlids, I have to admit, are very, very beautiful. And I'm generally a guy that does not like man-made fish in the aquarium hobby. I certainly would never keep a flower horn or a blood parrot, but the African cichlids are different. The different story behind them, but that's definitely an idea that I am throwing out there. The next idea is that I turn my 55-gallon aquarium into a single species display, meaning there would only be one fish in there, maybe with a pleco or some ditherfish. And that would be a aggressive cichlid, perhaps a Central American cichlid. Now, growing up, I was always into those big, aggressive, personable, boisterous cichlids, and I've kind of gained more interest in them. Now, I know that they would outgrow the 55-gallon, but I could use that as like a grow out, and then I can trade that aggressive cichlid for a much smaller one and grow that species out. So some of the aggressive cichlids that I am considering growing out would include Parachromis maniguense, the jaguar cichlid, or a Amphilophus red devil cichlid. The red devil is very colorful. It's a very pretty fish, and it has an awesome personality. Red devils are beautiful. They are mean, but they have personality. They love to fight their owners. If you put your finger by the aquarium glass, the red devil's going to chase your finger, and that would be really, really fun. So I'm torn between a maniguense or a red devil. I know that I could probably buy a maniguense and throw it in the 125 behind me, and it probably would do good with my tank mates, but I want to raise one by itself to showcase its true colors and its true potential. So that's an idea. I like the idea of maybe getting a Trimac also, so that I can prove that Trimacs, the natural flower horn, you will actually find Trimacs all over Central America in their Central America waterways, that a Trimac could be equally as beautiful as a flower horn. So that's an idea that I'm throwing around. I'm also throwing around the idea of keeping a lungfish in a 55-gallon aquarium. Lungfish don't move at all, and he'd be fine in the 55-gallon all by himself for many years because they are really slow growers, and they're really inactive. But the problem with that is you would never see any movement in that tank except for when it's coming up to get air or feeding time, and he'd stay hidden the rest of the day. So that's a possibility as well. All right, so there are 5 ideas that I just gave you. Right now, we're going to take our short intermission, and this intermission is being brought to us by Little Egypt Aquarium Club that is owned and operated by my dear friend Jeremy Stellhorn. Little Egypt Aquarium Club provides aquarium hobbyists all over the United States with quality fish food. One such quality fish food is that of Rapashi. Now, Rapashi has fish food for community fish, African cichlids, and fancy plecos. Jeremy also has driftwood, sponge filters, and other amazing aquarium supplies. You can save 10% on littleegyptaquariumclub.com by using the discount code ALEX. Let's find out more about our promotion. And when we come back, we'll continue my discussion with my final 5 ideas that I have for my 55-gallon aquarium. I will be right back, folks.
The following message is brought to you by Jeremy Stellhorn and Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Get our awesome aquarium products and find out how to save 10% using coupon code ALEX.
Hello, I am Brandy Cardinale the Beagle. I'm here to introduce Aqua Alex, and he has a special message. He's going to tell you a place where to get high-quality aquarium supplies and how to save 10%.
Hey everybody, Aqua Alex Cardinale here. I've got a very special announcement for you. My buddy Jeremy Stellhorn has an online business called Little Egypt Aquarium Club that specializes in aquarium supplies such as driftwood and Bucko Cave and also tropical fish food. Little Egypt Aquarium Club provides aquarium hobbyists with the specialized tropical fish food and aquarium supplies. I personally recommend Rapashi tropical fish food. Little Egypt Aquarium Club has plenty of Rapashi. You can find Rapashi Community Plus for all your community fish, and you can even find Rapashi Morningwood for your royal plecos and your Panacu plecos that need wood in their diet. LittleEgyptAquariumClub.com, your home for all sorts of aquarium supplies and tropical fish food. Be like Aqua Alex and purchase Rapashi for your aquarium fish. I have predatory fish, and even they themselves love Rapashi. And get this, I, Aqua Alex Cardinale, love saving money when I buy quality aquarium products. I'm here to help you save money. So when you purchase from LittleEgyptAquariumClub.com, I'm going to give you a discount code so that you can save 10%. All you need to do at checkout is use coupon code ALEX to save 10% on your order. That's right, to save 10% on your order, just use coupon code ALEX. LittleEgyptAquariumClub.com. Every purchase helps Aqua Alex, and it'll help you as well. So go to LittleEgyptAquariumClub.com, place an order, and use the coupon code ALEX to get 10% off. Now, back to the tropical fish chat. Alrighty, welcome back to today's awesome episode. I am talking about ideas for my currently empty 55-gallon aquarium. And before the commercial break, I talked about goldfish. I've talked about an angelfish community aquarium. I've talked about turtles, axolotls, African cichlids, and aggressive cichlids. But now I have a couple of ideas left that I'm going to talk about on what I could stock my 55-gallon aquarium with. And if you have any ideas, post them in the comments below. And also, you can comment which ideas you like the best in the comment as well. So let's conclude this episode with all of the amazing creatures that I have to talk about. So we have someone in the comments that his name is K Louds FN, and he says shark. A shark would be a pretty cool addition, but the true sharks, which are from saltwater, they get huge, and it would outgrow my 55-gallon aquarium. But in freshwater, there are several species of fish that are labeled sharks, but they're not actual sharks. One such fish, for example, is the iridescent shark, which is actually a catfish from Southeast Asia. And that catfish grows 3 feet plus. And then there is the bala shark, and the bala shark is a barb that also grows to 12 inches. But there are freshwater shark fish that can live in a 55-gallon, and those would include the red tail shark and the rainbow shark. Eels are very interesting, and there is a freshwater spiny eel that could be kept in a 55-gallon aquarium, and that is the peacock eel, a very pretty eel, and that would be one that I would add to my angelfish community aquarium. So those were some good suggestions. All right, so let's get to my final four ideas. Up next, we have a grow out tank. And this idea would be that I would use my 55-gallon aquarium as a grow out, and I would grow out fish for my 125-gallon aquarium. So let's say, for example, my local fish store had a fish that I was looking for, but it was far too small for my large tank behind me. So let's say, for example, it's a giant gourami or a datnoid or some clown loaches, and I want them for my big tank. Well, I could buy them with the purpose of putting them in my 55-gallon as a grow out and grow them out big enough to go into my 125-gallon aquarium. That is something that I've been really considering. It may end up being what I do, but we shall see. I like the idea of using the 55-gallon as a grow out and growing out some fish for the 125. The next idea that I have, and this is something that's also getting a lot of consideration, but it is a little bit more expensive to pull off, and it is one of the reasons why I sold this previous setup before, is because it does take a lot of money, and that is a saltwater aquarium. I have to admit that I do have a lot of love for saltwater fish, especially the maroon clownfish, the fox-faced rabbitfish, some of the other angelfish like the flame angels, etc. So if I was to transform the 55-gallon into a saltwater aquarium, I would definitely have a pair of clownfish. I would have a one-spot fox-face rabbitfish. I would have a flame angel and some other amazing fish in there. Saltwater offers a lot of personality. A lot of the saltwater fish have personality, and it would be great to have a freshwater and saltwater aquarium once again. But saltwater does get expensive, especially when you have to buy salt mix all the time and all the different equipment and supplies. But that is being considered. I'm putting that under heavy consideration now that I have a job that pays a hell of a lot more than Texas Roadhouse, and it's a lot more fun, by the way. But saltwater is really fun. my friend and my co-host of Aquatic Wetline, Steve from Steve's Aquatics, has an amazing saltwater aquarium. My next idea would be a tank of predatory tetras that are just as bad as piranhas. They are a fin nipping tetra, so they would be the only species in the aquarium. They're known as buck-tooth tetras, and they are the exodons. Exodons are pretty cool looking, and I could probably get at least 10 to 20 of them in a 55-gallon aquarium, and they'd have back and forth action. There'd be a lot of action in the aquarium, and they feed like piranhas. I think bucktooth tetras would be an awesome choice. But the problem with exodons is that they probably will pick off one by one and kill each other. I don't know if I'm willing to dedicate an entire tank to exodons, but that is an idea. And if it's something that my fans want to see in my 55-gallon, I am willing to do that. And my last idea is that I create a Tetra community aquarium where I showcase a whole bunch of Tetras from South America, and I would make it a Tetra show tank. I would have sand as a substrate, live plants, and a whole school and a whole plethora of different Tetra species. I would have some rummy nose tetras in there. I would have black skirt tetras. Black skirt tetras are one of my favorites. I would have uh, I would have some cardinal tetras in there, some hardy cardinal tetras. I would have some black neon tetras. I'd have some Colombian tetras, and maybe I'd throw in a couple of Otosynchilus catfish and some Corydoras catfish. I think a tetra show tank would be something cool to offer so that when I have people over to visit, they can see the large, predatory, cool monsters chasing each other and eating like piranhas, and then they could see a more peaceful, docile, relaxing aquarium with the schools of Tetra. That would be a pretty cool aquarium. So those are all of the ideas that I have for my 55-gallon aquarium. Ultimately, it is up to you, my fish keeping audience. You get to pick what I stock my 55-gallon aquarium with. So in the comments, I want to see which of my 10 ideas you like the best, or suggest your own ideas in the comments. Whatever idea gets the most likes, or whatever idea gets the most comments, will be what I stock my 55-gallon aquarium with. So having said that, I would like to say thank you for letting me, Aqua Alex Cardinale, start your Easter week with an awesome video. And I enjoyed hosting this live stream. So before I end today's video, I do have a couple of announcements that I would like to make. Today's live stream brings a total episodes for Aqua Alex Live to 96. That means I am 4 episodes away from my 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live. And on my 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live, I am going to do a tour of my local fish store. I'll show off some of their cool aquariums and some of the fish they have in stock. I'm going to do a feeding video, feeding my monsters. You will see my black wolffish eat shrimp and tilapia. You'll see my gold wolffish eat. You'll see the vulture cats eat. You'll see the Oscar eat. So you're going to get a full feeding video on my 100th episode. And I'm going to have a couple of guests on my 100th episode. I don't know who my guests are going to be, but I'm going to try to get a big fish keeping guest on my 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live. An idea that I have right now is to try and get Michael Terrell from Off the Deep End Aquatics on my 100th episode, or maybe I can get Big Tank Hank on again. But my 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live is coming up really soon, and it's probably going to be on Sunday, April 24th, or Sunday, May 1st. When I can get everything figured out, I will let you know and I'll start promoting it. It's going to be awesome. And then, of course, Aquatic Wetline is coming back. And Aquatic Wetline is coming back in an all new fashion and all new style. It's coming back as a video podcast. And it's going to be hosted by me, Aqua Alex, and Steve from Steve's Aquatics. And each month we're going to have a roundtable of fish keeping guests. And the debut of Aquatic Wetline is going to have a good friend of mine, fish keeper James Anthony, will be on the first episode of Aquatic Wetline. And we're going to talk about how we got into the aquarium hobby, our advice to beginners, and a whole lot more. So you're not going to want to miss the debut of Aquatic Wetline. And I'm going to have a promo for that before the end of today's video. And don't forget, our Fish Keepers Q&A for April is airing on Wednesday, April 27th, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. I will answer all of your tropical fish keeping questions, whether they are freshwater or saltwater. So email your questions now to AlexGoYankeesCardinale19@gmail.com. And you can also email photos or videos of your aquarium and tropical fish to show off in the Fish Keeper Show Off of April 2022. All right, guys. This was a fun episode of Aqua Alex Live. I want to thank you guys for watching this amazing episode. If you did enjoy the episode, please give a thumbs up and post in the comments what ideas you think I should put in my 55-gallon aquarium. With that being said, have a great week, happy Easter, and enjoy the fish keeping hobby. Aqua Alex signing off. Happy fish keeping, everybody. Hey, fish keepers, you know who I am. I'm Aqua Alex Cardinale, and I made my name on a podcast known as Aquatic Wetline, my most successful podcast that I ever hosted, and perhaps the most successful aquarium podcast out there, past or present. If you've never heard of Aquatic Wetline, just do a Google research and you will see all the amazing episodes that I have hosted. But today I'm excited and honored to tell you that Aquatic Wetline is making a comeback. Aquatic Wetline is coming back bigger, bolder, and better than ever. And Aquatic Wetline will be hosted right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. It will be a video podcast. That's right. Aquatic Wetline will be coming back as a video podcast. Now, Aquatic Wetline is coming back in a whole new platform and a whole new experience. Aquatic Wetline is coming back as a Fish Keepers Roundtable, which means there will be multiple fish keepers on the show discussing a wide range of topics. There's going to be two hosts and a fish keeper or multiple fish keeping guests. Aquatic Wetline Fish Keepers Roundtable is going to be hosted by me, Aqua Alex Cardinale, and one of my most loyalist subscribers, one of my most loyal audience members, a man that's been listening to Aquatic Wetline since its existence and has been following my YouTube channel, Steve's Aquatics. So Aquatic Wetline Fish Keepers Roundtable will be hosted by Aqua Alex and Steve's Aquatics. And there will be special guest fish keepers each month. It's going to be a monthly series. Aquatic Wetline Fish Keepers Roundtable will debut on Tuesday, April 26th, 2022, live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. Our inaugural guest is going to be fish keeper James Anthony. Now, James and I have been friends for numerous years, all throughout my aquarium hobby. James is a great guy. He specializes in Central and South American cichlids and aggressive fish, just like I do. This is going to be the first time that I have James on my aquarium podcast, and I look forward to speaking about tropical fish with James, and I look forward to having a co-host on Aquatic Wetline for the first time in a long time. The topics for the April 2022 Fish Keepers Roundtable for Aquatic Wetline include how James, Steve, and I entered the aquarium hobby, what we have learned over the years. We'll discuss our mistakes and our successes. We'll give our advice to beginners. We'll discuss our favorite fish species and more. So make sure you guys mark your calendars. Aquatic Wetline Fish Keepers Roundtable debuts on my YouTube channel Tuesday, April 26th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And again, it is live on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale, Tuesday, April 26th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Aquatic Wetline is back. Hey, tropical fish keepers, Aqua Alex Cardinale here. I am inviting you to be a part of the April 2022 Tropical Fish Keepers Q&A. Each and every month, I look forward to answering your fish keeping questions. I will answer all fish keeping questions, whether they are freshwater or saltwater. So start submitting your questions now. The April 2022 Ask Aqua Alex Live Fish Keepers Q&A is airing on Wednesday, April 27th, 2022, live at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. So start emailing your fish keeping questions to AlexGoYankeesCardinale19@gmail.com. You can ask any freshwater or saltwater aquarium related questions that you have. I can answer any fish keeping questions. I have experience in both freshwater and saltwater, as I've kept numerous freshwater species and I've kept saltwater species before as well. You can email your questions in a text format, or you can film a video asking your questions, and I will answer your questions live on the Fish Keeper Q&A Wednesday, April 27th. Also, I need photos and videos of your fish and aquarium to show off on the Fish Keeper Show Off on the month of April 2022. So email photos and videos of your fish and your aquarium to alexjoyankeescardinale19@gmail.com. I can guarantee that you have beautiful fish and beautiful aquariums, so come show them off. Email photos and videos of your fish and aquarium to alexjoyankeescardinale19@gmail.com. Topics for the April Fish Keepers Q&A. I'm going to talk about my favorite community fish, and I'm going to talk about freshwater fish that are just as colorful as saltwater fish. So learn about my favorite community fish and learn about freshwater fish that are just as colorful as saltwater fish. It all goes down on the April 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A, and that is live Wednesday, April 27th, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. I will see you all there, and I look forward to answering your questions. Happy Easter from me, Easter Bunny Alex Cardinale. I, Easter Bunny Alex Cardinale, will be hosting the inaugural Easter 2022 Bash, which will be airing right here on this YouTube channel, Saturday, April 16th, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Just one day before Easter, join me, Easter Bunny Alex Cardinale, for a special Easter Bash. The very first one to be hosted by Easter Bunny Alex Cardinale. Easter Bunny is proud to announce there will be Easter appearances by Aqua Alex Cardinale and Chef Alex Cardinale. Chef Alex is going to make one of my favorite treats. Chef Alex will show you how to make honey roasted carrots, and he will make one awesome Easter dessert, and Chef Alex will give tips for hosting a delicious Easter dinner. Now, I'm a bunny, but I love tropical fish. So I've called upon Aqua Alex to be on the Easter 2022 Bash. Aqua Alex will discuss Easter-themed aquarium fish, and he will discuss the saltwater rabbit fish, aka fox faces, and the spotted rabbit fish. And Aqua Alex will discuss treats that I could give your fish as Easter Bunny Alex Cardinale. Now, I, Easter Bunny Alex Cardinale, will discuss my favorite Easter memories. I will have a message for people of all ages. I'll discuss the true meaning of Easter, and I may enjoy some Easter candy with all of you. It's going to be a fun time. Legendary Alex Cardinale is going to join me to paint some Easter eggs. So what will we paint the Easter eggs? You got to tune in to find out. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you enjoy the Easter season, and most importantly, I hope you'll tune in to the Easter 2022 Bash, live Saturday, April 16th, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Happy Easter, and go get those Easter candies.